be chewing this gum then, but here we are now. Drum roll, please. I found it in the hallway. Hello, people of the internet. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Tonight's spooky Reddit thread is brought to you by 2-Sentence Horror Stories, which is a personal fave of mine, where people give their scary stories in 2 sentences or less. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And if you have your own spooky, scary story that you would like to share for me to read in a future video, make sure to email this email right here, which is also available in the description down below, as well as my social medias. My daughter, Sadie, was a kind, loving girl, and we just want her returned safely, please. I plead. Sadie is, I correct myself in front of the mirror, brilliant. My heart filled with joy as I was lowered into the pool to be baptized and cleansed of my sins. The joy turned to panic as I kept sinking, being pulled impossibly deep, while I watched my body stand up and leave the pool. While visiting my grandma in the nursing home, the local cat who usually hates me cutely stuck around all day. The nurse staff seemed mildly concerned for some reason, though, when they told me that one of my eyes had to be removed along with the brain tumor. I agreed, knowing it was the only way to save my life. But when the surgery was done, I just stared, confused, from atop the waste tray, wondering how it was possible I could be seeing myself walk out the door of the operating room. The autopsy was finished, but the scientists had never seen anything like this in their lives. According to the autopsy, Cthulhu had been scared to death. I'd known my entire life, but never knew they were this soft, this warm, this full of life. But then again, I'd never played with my own intestines before. We discovered the cure for cancer 20 years ago. It's just more profitable to lace the chemotherapy drugs with undetectable carcinogens. When the boy cried wolf, the villagers with weapons in hand headed to the forest to kill it. Good job, son, the man said. Moon's almost out. Let's go join the hunt. What a good plot twist. Excited voices declare that I'm the first astronaut, although I'm unsure what it entails. Let's go, Laika, I hear, signaling the time has come. That one hurt my soul, I think, and I suddenly want to end the video here, but I'm not, so let's keep going. The demon agreed to accept his firstborn child in exchange for time travel technology. After the man took his first trip through time, and the demon came to collect his payment, however, he looked both delighted and disgusted to take the man himself. There must be a mistake. I'm not one of them, I cried as she pinned me to the wall, raising the stake over my chest. I know, she said, smiling widely as the moonlight reflected off her blood-soaked veins. One man's horror story is another man's erotica. She still remembered her last day with her toddler and wished she hadn't tossed him in the air that day. Had she not done that, he wouldn't have been pulled into the UFO's tractor beam. He's not my boyfriend, I yelled through my slurred speech. I don't have the energy to fight them as the police. As the police officers helped Jeffrey take me back to his apartment to sleep it off. What the fuck? This is the most fucked up thread. And I keep going. They say that you remain conscious up to 30 seconds after being beheaded. 36, 37, 38, 39. When you were young, you were afraid that You need some bubble wrap after that. My husband always smiled when he said how silly and forgettable I am. Now, as we run out of gas in the middle of the desert, he isn't smiling anymore. I always thought it was sweet when my husband sang lullabies to our baby every night, until I heard the same lullaby coming from our baby monitor, even though my husband was out of town on a business trip. I was grateful to have my wife back at home. I just wish I could get over the smell of rotting flesh. It's a miracle. We have found a perfect donor match despite your extremely rare tissue type. I smiled, thinking dating apps and desperation make for the perfect breeding ground of spare parts. At first, my superpowers of smelling 3 weeks into the future seemed useless and dull. But now I can't escape the unmistakable smell of a corpse. My opinion has changed. Wait, so is everybody like dead in the future? Like, what corpse is he smelling? I sighed as the dark liquid in front of me slowly came to a boil. Patient blood samples still highly reacted to sunlight despite the treatments. This morning at work, someone left a box of fresh donuts still warm from my favorite bakery. But that bakery is 100,000 miles away, and every other person on this ship is in cryo-sleep. The only wish I harbor is to be the only human left on this rock, I stated to the genie. Regret hit me like a brick when I learned that not only do ghosts exist, but they now had only one target. Traveling alone, the gas station attendant asked the hesitant but nodding woman. I just saw someone get into the back of your car. I heard the sound of a window breaking from the basement, so I grabbed the bat beside my bed and planned to investigate. As I entered the basement, a shiver went down my spine as I realized that she had escaped. The blood-curdling scream woke me up from my sleep, and I ran into my daughter's room. Yet, no matter what I did to calm her down, she stared at me with her pale, unblinking eyes, and her jaw locked firmly around her mother's throat. I woke up in the middle of the night to a tapping sound coming from my window. As I got up to investigate, I saw my own reflection, smiling and tapping back at me from the other side. I called 911 because my amazing with those nails, he said. I could only struggle as he went to get his hammer for more. Is it time for my medication yet? I don't feel well, she asked, clearly dizzy and off balance. Yes, dear, I reply, giving her a dose, as I advanced her watch by a few hours. The first body hit with a sickening wet thud. When we learned what this meant, it was far too late. Heaven was full. John didn't feel bad for yelling at the woman. Who will ever know? He thought to himself. Then he heard a voice. Hi, I'm John Quinones, and this is What Would You Do? Now all of the ABC watchers will know. Oh my gosh, I used to be obsessed with that show. The hole opened from below me, with the blood dripping from the scalpel. Fear gripped me as the parasite slid into its new willing host, not knowing if it was better to lose my wife or myself. The beast didn't roar, howl, or even snarl as it was burned alive. Instead, it screamed like the man it once was. As I looked toward the horizon, I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief as the last embers of yellow faded. Finally, it's over. Mama, help! The little boy tearfully gasped, reaching out to his mother as he writhed in pain on the kitchen floor. Or writhed. I think it's writhed. Oops. All Mama did was stand and watch, pleasantly surprised to see that the poison she planted in the special treat had kicked in faster than expected. My spine shivered when I noticed my reflection stopped following me. Then I realized I was looking at a photo. This 8-hour bus trip flew right by, and I'm left to prayer as multiple other vehicles explode in a pile-up just ahead. I just felt myself falling backwards, but my eyes shot open, and I was relieved that I was just falling asleep. But as the searing headache and exhaustion set in, my eyelids droop, and I was in the kitchen when I heard screaming coming from upstairs. I knew when he saw his mother's body, he would reveal his location. Born and raised in a farm in Iowa, I've always known bobcats make horrible shriekings. Got used to it, but when I heard my name in the middle of the night, I knew that was no bobcat. There's enough peanut butter in here to last us months. Stop it, screamed my little brother. But there was no EpiPen in the bunker, and I was so goddamn hungry. The man behind the camera asked, "Who are you wearing?" The sound of laughter filled the interrogation room as a skin suit fell to the floor with a wet splat. I sat in my backyard enjoying the cool, heavy rain as the sky fell into darkness. "Look at Daddy, the clouds look like teeth," my son excitedly remarked. Adam traveled coast to coast in a little less than 5 days. God willing, we'll never need to name another mega tsunami. I saw him brutally murder her. Finally, he managed to get rid of his wife so we can be together. Dateline, is that you? As I lit the body aflame, I couldn't help but feel a shudder. I was the only one who was left to witness the most evil man smolder to ashes. The only thing I could see after acclimating to the darkness was the cross on my drawer. Did I leave it upside down? As my sisters gathered around me with smiling faces and comforting songs, my heart swelled to match my pregnant belly. Whilst my eternal mother raised the blade, my sisters continued to chant and readied to welcome the end of the world, birth of our Lord. The man stepped up to the wheel with obvious trepidation while the studio audience cheered. I sighed in boredom and looked for the remote because all the execution methods had been just so boring this season. If you're going to act like a baby, then prepare to be treated like one. I felt the air in my lungs dwindle as I screamed and begged for her to stop before being cut off by a pacifier shoved in my mouth as she swaddled me even tighter. I like that one. I've been a prisoner in this cave for as long as I remember. I thought I found some food earlier, but it was just a shadow on the wall. Every night I hear my dead grandmother whispering my name from the closet. "Your mother will kill you next," she insists. As I brought her back home after months of being away, I proceeded to bring her to where she'll story.